Andy Purcell, the Hall of Famer, trying to get another title. Josh Riley was the third hitter in the conference.
Ball is still his knuckleball.
Down the line, fair ball for Bubba Mack. Kyle Pearson is going to trudge into the corner, and he's going to come home and score the game's first run for Resmondo. These runs scored for Smash It Sports. Look, it's laced into the corner, Coop.
Yeah, I think this is a situation, too, coming in here. This is the matchup we wanted. A couple times over the last few years, we've kind of been deprived of that matchup.
Yep.
Brings you a little bit more offense than defense.
Hard hit into the corner by Bradley Jones. It turns just foul at the last moment to be done.
This is the one that matters. Ooh, that's a unique swing.
Opposite.
Wow.
To first base and easily handled by Jason Martell, who will tag the bag.
I love Bradley. Wow. You're in an all-you-can-eat treats. Home run, good hitting conditions. I realize it's
kind of surprising to see him in this winner's bracket final with only one home run. Trying to get his second, and this one's going to hold up the ballpark. Will hold it. Ben Dunn tracks it down, and only one on the board here in the top half of the first for Resmondo.
But we're really excited about the future and what's going to bring. And there's
Collins trying to get his fourth home run, and it's going to go off the top of the wall in right field. Josh Riley couldn't track it down, and look at the speed by Collins. Trucks his way all the way over to third.
Never doubt how AC hustles.
What's going on, everyone? Rhino the Rep here.
Base hit. Tyler Marshburn scores Collins, and Smash It Sports right away evens things up. Didn't even blink an eye.
Riles, he drags it out to the right field, and now they're going to free swing a little bit here on him.
And the biggest hitter in the World Series, Everett Williams, hitting .818, leaves the yard for the sixth time. And already it's a 3-1 Smash It lead.
There's time in and time out are so consistent with they look like they have fun, but in the ball way over the fence for a long drive.
Buddy Wolf into the corner, goes foul, will get another swing
or
at
as
it.
we like to call him, Buddy Longball.
Yeah.
So is this your first major World Series, Rhino?
This is my first major World Series in person, and but not my first Buddy Wolf encounter. I've seen plenty of those.
Yeah.
Second home run here in the first. Buddy Wolf leaves the yard. That's his sixth home run of the series.
Short.
Neil Hagland. This one's playable out in center field.
Oh, my lordy lord.
Uh-oh.
Dropped out in center field. It's a rare error by Nick Santana. And Jason Martell.
Shopping at the old Gappy. Oh.
Oh, no.
And a couple of errors in the outfield. Again,
that ball comes off even harder and somewhat maybe unpredictable, as we see a little bobble there in the replay.
In this inning, and this is honestly a little bit reminiscent of a
down the line fair.
Wow.
Of a couple years ago when we saw this happen.
But the other story about it is we were all back there in, what was it, 2014 or 2015 at Disney. Same rain all day long, and we basically played a mud game.
Mud game all night, yep. Temporary fences down real quick because they're playing the Sea Worlds out there. That's going to fall, I think.
Ben Dunn left field. It does fall, and everything is going right. So tons of great teams playing C, D, all over the place.
That's right. E and D, obviously, those are the two most populated divisions in USSSA.
Getting better. So it's you build it, they will come. It's happening. Boy, they are
Rainier
all
into
over.
the corner, still nobody out, and now it's 8-1. And you're not run ruling Resmondo in the first
inning.
At 10-hole, excuse me, Ryan McClanahan. And still it remains that everybody hits his. Rainier comes in to score.
Coop, I know you coach and you have a lot of experience over there. What is this that
panic right now? They know this is a race in these conditions, probably the 35 or so. That's a really smart at bat right there. AP knows he can't get doubled up right now. I mean, that's a swing to say, hey, a great hitter by any sense. He was the best pitcher there. You could see it coming in his days the long haul. I think AC get enough to leave the yard again.
He's still got 1 home run on this World Series.
Die on him right there a little bit.
Not deep enough to right.
And Andy moved out here to Florida, as we've talked about, a young man. And you can see how much passion he had for the game, how much he wanted to be here. And that's one of the reasons when Junior and I normally do this game with you, base hit, going to score another run. Junior and I talked about it earlier, because we've been able to listen to Dre and listen to Rhino this week.
Yeah, they're doing a
He's
phenomenal
done an amazing job. And like I said, the opportunity to work with you, I just think it's a really neat story. It's really cool how hard Dre worked to be here. So awesome to see.
And he got a lot of familiar faces.
Better catch
like
this
a Buddy
one, boys.
Wolf. And the corner, it's going to ricochet off the top of the fence. It'll give him a second swing. But you got a lot of new faces that have come into the game.
And I've said, who's that kid on the Double-A team? Who's that kid on that team? You know, who's the second baseman for Chick-fil-A? I swear he was 1,000 for 1,000 at one point in time.
Oh my goodness!
Foul ball,
foul, and that's
huge.
Going to end the inning.
So thanks, Bernie. Appreciate everything
Coop.
you guys have
As
done.
Always,
as always,
great thing.
Dre, take this thing home, my friend. Rhino, great job.
Thank you so much, sir.
Resmondo, who has been around for so many years. They've won so many men's major titles. As we see Yates kick things off with a solo home run to begin things. And you see Travis Resmondo, the sod god, if you will. If you're down in Florida, he's a guy to get some zoysia from.
But they've endured this 10-run inning, and they are ready to get to work here in the visiting half. And up the middle goes Wegman.
Yeah, good to see Brian Wegman get going after not the best start, if you will, that Wegman had hoped for. He's still only hitting 400 in the tournament. That's one of the biggest differences between the conference and the men's major is there are actually errors. You see a base hit back up the middle that should score the second run. The third run it will be of the ball game for Resmondo.
But it's good to see them able to punch the ball down, find holes. There's a hard shot. Great play there at 2. But their ability to run the bases, like we see right there. Hit the ball hard.
Back to the top of the lineup. And Josh Riley hitting 8-18. Wow. Deep into the night, his 7th home run of the Major World Series.
To have a player like that at the top of the order.
For Resmondo to score 5 runs, the answer back is Pearson is going to hook this one foul into the corner.
They're slowly eating away, but Kyle Pearson, unfortunately, a very rare pop-up in the infield.
Because they trust the next man behind him.
Travis Clark popped up. Should be easily handled out in right field, and it is. Retires the side, but 5. Answer back by Resmondo out of Winter Haven, Florida.
Knowing that somebody's got to beat you twice, I think definitely serves as an advantage, and can't wait to see how it all plays out tonight and into tomorrow.
Yeah, good start for Travis Clark as he gets Hagelin to ground out. Have been not just at this level, but at the top of this level for so many years,
For
Trey.
so long.
In the game of slow pitch softball.
Hard hit.
They're going to get that 1-2-3 inning.
And Cannell's making it look easy.
Of the third. After 10 given up in the first inning, Resmondo climbed back to get 6 of the 10. And then they blank Smash It Sports, and then Jones leads off the third here with a double.
I feel as if they can get out of this top half with the lead, they're going to put a whole lot of pressure on the #1 seed moving forward in this game.
That's the first double of the game, and Greg Cannell, who made 2 great defensive plays. Easy swing and base hit back up the middle.
He is so smooth at the plate.
And to right, this is going to at least score the 7th run. The fact that he had, for so many years, Donnie DiDonatis playing in the Major World Series, Brian Wegman playing, obviously, at this level. You see great catch out there in left field made that's going to rob Wegman of a base hit.
That's working here, and then as well as being a leader on the team. I actually met Brian Wegman for the very first time back in 2009. I'm a young Lance Corporal. I didn't know much about the game of softball. I just was a hardball player, and they said, hey, I'm going to bring 2 guys to come hit with us. And when we saw them hit, jaws dropped.
Here in the winner's bracket final, but actually 1 versus 2 in the Major World Series just doesn't happen quite as often as you think that it would happen, as you see a base hit by Ben Dunn to lead things off here in the bottom of the third. with a leg injury that really hampered him for a while, but
Wow.
he's bounced back. Still can swing the bat, and he still plays great defense, as you're going to see Smash It Sports get on the board here in the bottom of the third with their first run, and they've got a 4-1 lead.
Not tonight. Both of these teams getting after it. They know this one's personal, and may the better team win as we continue forward.
Popped up, kind of fell into no man's land, into the triangle down the right field line.
And I think he deserves it. He lives it. It's a passion for him. And I just kind of want to let you guys gel, man. You know,
right.
I don't mind. I'd like staying here. I'll probably listen a little bit more, but you guys are phenomenal. I just want to see it, give Dre this opportunity.
All good. Thanks, Rhino.
Thank you. Thank you.
Randy comes in. Second run of the inning here in the bottom of the third.
They're hurting on them.
And look at that, Andy Purcell, base hit. And one of his favorite rules is that you get a courtesy run for the pitcher. He's going to moonlight at Macy's as Santa Claus. All right, Collins at the plate.
Ooh.
Drives it deep and gone. Climbs the hill. Andrew Collins putting on a show with the long ball. His second home run tonight. As Tyler Mashburn will look for his third hit of the night, and he easily gets it, his third single.
Good piece of hitting there. The dugout fired up off of the home run. He's aboard.
8-18 with 14 runs batted in. And you can see why, folks. That one is one that you thought for a second might shatter the lights out in right field.
He is putting on a show in the whole dugout. Team is not able to put up a real crooked number. That's a lot of momentum for a team coming back into the dugout, and you're going to be able to put another one up here. Wow, that might have cleared the building in right field.
And still nobody out. Should be out number one. Fielded cleanly by Greg Cannell and over to Pearson. Jason Martell 1 for 2. Hits this one towards the Rawlings sign in the gap, and Martell is on his way to second. He'll have a double, his second of this World Series. Where the loser of this game is just hoping we're going to play to midnight tomorrow night. Fly ball to left, 2 away.
I would not be surprised if last year's runner-up are able to run the gauntlet back toward tomorrow night. He's got an opportunity here to start the road back toward positive numbers, and that's going to work.
There he goes, going to drive in his 6th run of the major.
The reaction from that dugout on that RBI double continue to pour it on in the bottom half of this third inning.
And they get a chance, and they'll get it with this hit to have their second double-digit inning. 10 in the first, 10 here in the third. Back-to-back doubles. Drives home Ben Dunn.
Spends a little bit of time.
McClanahan with the locks of love and a liner. Guess what? 3 doubles in a row. First it's Dunn scoring, now Rainier. It's a fly ball out to Yates, and he'll make the play. Retires his side, and after 10 in the first, how about 11 runs scored here in the third?
1 run in the first, 1 run in the third. And this could be the first out of this 4th inning. Has not been the start they've been hoping for here for Resmondo.
Coming into this game in the Major World Series. Rips it out to left. It'll bounce the base hit. Not a home run, but at the end of the day, station to station, they'll take it. It's going to
swing. You've got to do your part, pass the baton on to the next guy, but this could be trouble.
Yeah, it could be 2. They go to second and get 1, and they'll have to be content.
On the ride in today, we were just talking about replays and stuff like that. Hard shot, but Major League Baseball, they have the ability to do challenges, and I'm wondering if at some point, especially to see it go into the hands of a review, but at this level, the top 2 teams, you want to make sure you're getting it right. Uh-oh.
Travis Clark has been the best hitter on Resmondo, and it remains the same big 2-out rally here, station by station, and just getting the hits and scoring the runs. Makes you feel pretty good. Again, you're going to score at least another run, maybe 2. You're going to get 2.
Indeed. Pushing the issue at home forces the errant throw. Now the runner goes from second to third.
And Bradley Jones
was going to overturn that call. But still, it looked like he might have gotten that back heel down. Very close play.
Greg Cannell gone. 2-run shot. And it's the biggest inning yet for Resmondo here in the 4th. They've scored 6. Jeremy Yates leaves the yard now to right.
Ooh.
Don't count out Resmondo yet, folks. Since 2009, and I know they had a couple of years even before that as Wegman. He'll leave the yard as well, and it's an 8-run 4th inning for Resmondo.
Sometimes it takes a strike call that you don't like. 6-run game.
Santana, nice reach by Andy Purcell, and he makes the play to retire the side. As we see Collins come to the plate, and he's going to mash it once again. It's one of the great things about coming down to the Major World Series. I'm sure that everybody's trying to say, hey, I want the women's C, I want the D, I want it during the men's major week, because smash it answering back. We see a base hit here. Resmondo scoring 8 in the top half of the 4th inning. I know you had a chance to obviously play with a...
You know, I can't think of anyone who's invested more of his own money than Travis. You know, and being able to play for him, you know, again, you'll see that Travis right now can get a little fiery and probably calm down a little in his old age. But I don't know. I was just down there a couple innings ago, and I heard him getting at it a little bit. But
so
yeah.
We wouldn't mic him up on the broadcast and make it clean for air quite yet.
No, that would have to be some definite cable TV. There's no question about it.
A Major World Series title. How many more years does he have left in this thing?
I mean, he tells me next year's the last one, so I'll believe it when I see it. But I think he's getting there from talking to him. I mean, obviously he still loves it, and you know, to be able to compete. And
now, Dre, I don't know, did you come down for the Challenge Cup yet? Have you been a part of that?
I was here earlier this year. I was a manager for Arizona's E team.
Okay, it's going to be even bigger next year in 2022.
There's no doubt. I mean, last year being out here, obviously it grew from.
And then the conversations come together. Coaches put in their recommendations, and you know, Arizona's putting it together and can't wait for the opportunity to come back. And
you know, I mean, the winter bracket final, we always felt if we win this game, nobody's beaten us twice. But like you said, Bernie, that factors in heavily. You know, so I do believe that this game is way more important for Smash It for that exact reason. So, you know, we're at a lot of the league stuff, and that's just throughout the country. A lot of things have changed. But I mean, tournament softball is, you know, it's on the rise, and it has been, and it's really good. Not only at the conference level, like I said, through the women's, there's just a lot of really good young players, no matter what level you play at, to be a part of some, you know, great events with, you know, with a lot of competition playing.
Bubba Mack deep and caught, and you know, we'll stay right here throughout the break. And you know, you take a look at
women's sports in general, and of course fast pitch, and it's awesome to see it come to fruition and have a professional opportunity in front of us.
It's a big start here for Travis Clark after Resmondo blanked in the top of the 5th.
The last 3 spots in the order coming up, and you know, at the first out, and that's a big hit. So this is a big at bat for Andy. If he gets a base hit right here, and you get up to the top of lineup with Collins, and you know, and them guys following, that could be your difference between, you know, getting 1 or 2 or ending this game right here. So this is a huge at bat right here, and
it's up to him in this offense now to put up the runs and possibly finish this game here in the 5th.
And just poked it out to right. That's what we've seen so far tonight. Oh. He got in his head a little bit.
Yeah, you don't see that too much out of AC. You can see what he's done here over the years.
He'll take a base hit. That'll raise the average.
But yeah, sorry, Bernie. Getting back to Brian, and again, and trying to replicate that really in fast pitch and all the sports is, obviously having players just that are passionate about the game. And
well, we laughed because I talked about it with Stroke. This one's hammered off of Clark, and everybody's going to be safe, and it's going to score a handful of runs. My first men's major World Series, it was big. Talked about the bat testing. It was a little bit backwards because they would hit a home run.
Next pitch, hit back at the pitcher. Ooh,
Good night.
Everett is absolutely locked in. It's good to see because, Everett, I 3-4 years ago saw it playing Vegas, and I didn't really know him that well, but he hit a ball right by me that I was like, if you fall behind, that home team just starts free swinging, and these guys are so good when there's no pressure. It makes a big difference. And I agree, Bernie. The top of that third inning was, if this will be the turning point because of that one spot they threw up, and with the opportunity to put a little bit pressure back on Smash It if they would have even just tied it.
And he's a base hit away from having to be beaten twice, but we're going to have to wait at least one more inning to see that, as we will live to play the sixth. Cordova flies out to center field. 29-15. Andy Purcell coming back to the field on the verge of trying to play for title number 13. How long could he play? I'm sure he probably could play at the major level for quite a few more years if you wanted, because his pitching is just that great. Again, how many times has Travis Clark come into the box and try to get a hit off of Andy Purcell?
At this level, and especially on this stage.
And as long as I've been calling this game, which is at 12 years, we've still been looking for our next, if you will, Andy Purcell. And I'm not sure that we found anybody that's...
He's going to succeed 9 out of 10 times. You put all those factors together, and you have the best that there ever was.
He knocked it down there.
Oh!
My goodness, at 51, folks. Andy Purcell still got it.
I remember Cannell hit one off of Travis Clark's wrist. That was probably one of the hardest balls I've ever seen, that ricocheted into center field. But yeah, there was probably 2 years in the making where he was the last one that wouldn't wear it.
Jeremy Yates. That one leaves the yard. Yeah, and I think the story was 7th inning at this point.
That's it. There's no question.
But Clanahan knocked it down. Wegman hustles. They got him over at first to retire the side.
That was a close one.
I've heard all about the reputation, the 200,000 followers. He's probably been my biggest fan. It's been great to finally get a chance to meet him, and he's walked me through this whole event. It's been awesome.
And again, you see Brian down there.
It's a big reason why we are where we are today, and in a position to, hopefully continue to take this thing to the next level.
And what is it? Last year was, as you see, wow, another great catch out there in left field by Yates. What does it mean? Last year was the 50th.
Global pandemic, and into the mix is another challenge on top of it. And I think the best part, I know that umpiring obviously is a seamless job, and you can't have events like this without them. But when you don't hear their name and don't notice them throughout the game, they're doing a good job. And I can't remember really a whole lot. There was a bang call at first there, but overall these guys have done a phenomenal job throughout this whole event, and tonight for sure in the winners bracket final.
To come down here to Florida, talk about these fields. As Santana is going to fly this one into center. Almost tracked down. Santana's got wheels, man. He can cook ribs, and he's got some wheels. And brisket as well.
There's an intention of going back through there.
Fly ball to right. It's going to score one of the runs, but they needed 13. Jeff Potts mentioned that if Andy wins the major, it'll be his first one without you, but it's still probably...
In 06, it was 9 out of 12.
Yep. So,
I don't know that he's gone 2 years without winning one, let alone 3. So there's no doubt this one means a little more for that exact reason, Bernie. There's no question. That's what makes Andy who he is, that competitive obsession.
They're even down to their final strike now and their final out. And to left, and Andy Purcell moving on to the ship tomorrow night, where he'll need to be beaten twice. Tomorrow night, It's the men's major championship game, and Andy Purcell in pretty good company trying to win title number 13. He'll sleep well tonight knowing that the maximum he's got 2 games tomorrow, but he's hoping right there that he's going to deliver an early Christmas present to Smash It Sports.
There's
and do it in one game.
Yes, and Andy's hoping for a lot of 35 to 34 games being played with all these other teams tomorrow and having to really fight and use a lot of energy to get back to them.
Well, Dre, I know you're back on the mic tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. as the teams will start the climb back. Someone is going to get a chance to play Resmondo tomorrow. That's going to be the question is, who will it be?